Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. It is the 15th of January. It is CPI day, and it is the end of the world if CPI comes in down. We want inflation under control, but also we want interest rates to kick in. We want Chairman Powell to come out at the end of this month and tell us all is going to be rosy in the American garden. Otherwise, I think Trump will have his head on the block. So CPI data comes in today. We don't want it to be too far off expectations. If anything, we would like it to be spot on. Now then, we have a lot to get through today. I have a really busy day today. After this stream, we are also going to be doing a live stream on Solve, which is a token that's about to launch. We're going to do that as well. And also, we have some breaking news. The Jupiter airdrop, checker, claimer, whatever you want to call it, was supposed to launch yesterday. It was announced about 15 minutes ago that will drop today. So if one thing, they're never on time. Another way to look at it is they are wholly transparent. So the Jupiter airdrop checker will be live today. I was going to make a video about it yesterday. It never dropped. What are we going to talk about today then? We're going to talk about the great news. XRP and Solana, a report is out on what volume is expected into those two ETFs. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about XRP specifically. I wrote this article, by the way, or I found this article, should I say, before the massive move from XRP last night. So we're going to talk about XRP. We're going to talk about TON moving to America. We're going to talk about Ondo. We're going to talk about meme coins that you should be collecting if you like meme coins. And then we're going to talk about gaming. As you all know, I absolutely detest Web3 gaming. It is a waste of time. It should be put in the bin alongside 99% of NFTs. That is where we are. Who do we have today? We have a lot of people in chat today. We have Bullish Bull is here. I think Tariq was the first one to comment. We have In the Know, KB, Velvet Rope, I think Hidden Agendas is there as well. Remember to smash the like button. Powell, good morning to you. I hope you are well. Let's have a look then at the charts before we get into things. We do have a lot, like I said, we do have a lot to get through. We try and do it all in an hour. Bottom left-hand corner, number of followers that we have. We're trying to get to 200,000. So if you're new, smash the like, give us a follow, and say hello in chat. We do not bite. Well, Tariq does occasionally, but apart from Tariq, nobody else bites. Bottom right-hand corner, if the CPI data comes in trash, that's where we're going, in my opinion. We might have one more wick down, but this has happened many times before where Bitcoin has threatened to do one thing and it has done another. Maybe that 90,000 wick to 89.8, maybe that was the bottom. Again, I don't have a crystal ball, I can't tell you. But we're coming in at just under 97,000. Ethereum's coming in at 3,200. That's not the news of the day. The news of the day is the XRP move. We're at $2.81. We're approaching the witching hour on a lot of tokens. We've been talking about this for a few weeks now. Remember, the number of multiples you're going to do on some of these coins is going to drop every week and month that goes by. XRP at $5 to $7 is a good price to sell. We're not even 100% move away from that now. We are an 85% move away from potentially the first profit taking on XRP in this bull run. That's how close we are. Potentially Bitcoin only moves another 40-50%. That's how close we are. Now, of course, the news that we're going to go through is going to explain why XRP is on a bit of a tear. BNB doesn't move. It's like the slow elephant in the room. Solana is still below $200. Everybody's talking about Solana running out of steam. I've not heard as much rubbish in all my life. Papa Crow is in the house. For those of you who don't know, Papa Crow is a Chronos-based community project. We covered it in the last Chronos night, and I believe the next Chronos night that we do, which I think is going to be the first week in February, that is going to include giving away Papa Crow tokens. So welcome to you, sir. Doge, which shouldn't exist, is 7th. Cardano is 9th. Avalanche and Stellar and the Chasing Pack again. The good news for Toncoin holders is the news that we're going to cover today is pretty bullish on Toncoin. Remember that Donald Trump not only has yellow hair and an orange face, but he's very much like a lamp hanging outside your door. And what does that do? It attracts all the moths and the animals. And that is what Donald Trump is going to do in crypto. He is going to bring us all to his yard because we like his milkshake. I knew I'd get that into a stream one day. What's up then? IOTA, Stellar, XRP, Algorand, Lido. Quant is making a move, a pretty solid move actually. Quant's been sitting at $80 for about 6,500 years. That's actually starting to move. Very happy for the Quant holders. I made a video about that years ago. It's an incredible project, but it's got zero sex appeal. The coin that I won't mention is down. Pengu is down. Athena is down probably because it was dumped by... Who dumped it now? Was it Justin Sun? I think Justin Sun dumped the Athena coin. Thor is down. Potenza is down. Move is down. Render is down. Sui is down again. These aren't massive moves. You'd expect that. It's a funny day actually because Bitcoin is middling, which means it isn't really moving, and some alts are up, some alts are down. It's just one of those days. It's not a green day. It's not a red day. It's a hold your breath for the CPI number day. And I'm not going to do too many charts today, by the way, because I have a lot to do and I am an old man. In fact, I am starting to look more and more like Papa Crow as the days go by. Now then, I actually tweeted this out and I don't know if I'll be able to bring it up. Jim Cramer, truly a hideous opening, just a total washout coming. Never underestimate the power of strong counter signals. And you know what? I'm going to break my rule. I'm going to show you one of my tweets because I want to show you precisely what I said when he tweeted that. That happened pretty much. Let's have a look. I think it wasn't as far back as that. Please tell me I can find this tweet. Maybe I can't find this tweet. It's not there. Anyway, I basically tweeted, put everything you have into the market at that point. The second that Cramer says we are going down, long. The second that he says Bitcoin is going to $500,000, short the market. That's just how he works. He's literally the opposite, the direct opposite of a great trader. Now then, Bitcoin has only ever had 3 down years in its history. So for all of those people that say it's volatile, it's not something you should hold, it's always all over the place, we've been going now, what, 15 years in Bitcoin? 3 of those 15 years we've been down. 1 in 5, okay? That's as good as you'll get from pretty much anything else. The stock market, certainly. And of course, don't forget, the bigger Bitcoin gets, the more attuned to the way the stock market works. Ideally, it should work inversely, but we know these things don't necessarily match up now, do we? Right then, let's move on. See where we are today. As I said, smash the like button, say hello in chat. We'll get through the news together, even though some of it has been taken down. A Bitcoin liquidity chart showing that important area around 90,000, which was swept yesterday. The 90,000 level will be key going forward in the short and midterm, above the yearly high, around about 103,000. So basically, when you see these very light blue areas, That is where liquidity is, and that is where the market makers will try and drag the price. If everybody is shorting the market, they will go and drag the price up and carry out a short squeeze. If everybody is longing the market, they will drag the price down and have a long squeeze. It's simple math. And this chart illustrates where the money is, the liquidity is in the market. We did wick below 90,000, and that pretty much cleared out $750 million worth of longs gone. Okay, leverage is not a game you should play if you do not know what you are doing. Right then, let's move on very quickly. Again, there is no Jupiter checker yet. It was supposed to go up yesterday. For those of you that don't know, Jupery is where the Jupiter aggregator, it airdrops to users who've staked Jupe, users that use the aggregator of Jupe, all of those things. And it was supposed to go live yesterday and it didn't, and there's lots of very sad crying cats doing the rounds today, but it is going up, and it is going up today, and you will find out. A rule of thumb, I think I made a video about this. I think the rule of thumb is you are going to receive between 10 and 20% of your staked dupe. And that is a very rough rule of thumb, because if you are not if you don't stake, or you're just a trader, you're still going to get an airdrop. So it's a rough rule of thumb. 20% roughly of what you've staked you'll get if you've also traded, and 10% if you haven't traded or you haven't staked. Again, rough finger in the air. They did change the boundaries last week, so that might have changed. Now then, this is the news. Again, we tell you these things on this channel, and that does not make me a sage. That does not make me Gandalf the White. The reason we know these things happen is because we are talking about traditional finance, and they are like the Ents. They are slow. They take forever to do anything, but when they move, they kill all the orcs, wash all the fires away. JP Morgan has said that the XRP and Solana ETFs could bring in $14 billion in the first year, if approved. Now, again, it's one of those things. Tariq, you're going to get the BMX for Christmas or for your birthday. Let's pick your birthday. You're going to get your BMX for your birthday if you've been a good boy, okay? We all know that the XRP and Solana ETFs are going to be approved. You'd have to be from a different planet to not realize that they're going to be approved. When they are going to be approved and what is going to be approved, that is the question, or they are the questions. Litecoin is still on the table. Hedera is still on the table. XRP, Solana, all still on the table. Even Cardano is on the table. It doesn't mean, it's not an if, it's a when, okay? Now, for those of you that hold XRP, congratulations. For those of you that bought XRP when we were telling you that it was the sale of the century, congratulations. For those of you that held Solana while you watched us at $25 and $35, congratulations, okay? People fading on Solana, it's still 10x, 12x up from the lows, okay? The bull run didn't start on January the 1st. It started before October 2023. We are already 14, 15, 16 months into the bull run. Don't turn up here and say, well, Solana's at $180. It's not doing very well. The Oracle was buying Solana at $12. XRP was 33 cents, 35 cents this time last year, whatever it was. It's now $2.80. It's done an 8, 9x in that time. So we know they're going to be approved. It's when. But this report from JP Morgan has really pumped the markets. It hasn't pumped Solana yet, but it has pumped XRP. This 13.6 billion, I don't know why they have to be so accurate, because they're just pulling numbers out of the air. That's the first 6 to 12 months. Now, That's all great, but it's 6 to 12 months from when they're approved. And I've said this before on the channel. If the ETFs are approved at the wrong time this year, it's actually going to depress the price of Solana, because Grayscale Solana Trust, it dumped Ethereum and it dumped Bitcoin, and it suppressed the price of both last year. Third time is not going to be a charm. It's going to dump the price of Solana. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to dump it from $186. I think when the applications go in and the applications get approved, the price of Solana could well go north of $300, maybe $300, $310, whatever it might be. XRP could go to $4 or $5. Now, that's not the problem. The problem is how much extra pump is it going to give them? Because the bull run is over in November, okay? If the bull run is over in November, we have 10 months to go. If these ETFs are approved in September, it could very well kill the Solana price, because Grayscale will sell. So whatever we're at in Solana in maybe August, September, that may be the best time to get the best price for Solana and XRP. Believe you me, I think $10 is on the table. Now, I say that, but my price target is still $5 to $7. But if we are talking about an ETF being approved in March or April, that still gives 6 or 7 months for any downside correction and then the buying spree to begin. So it's important to understand it's when the ETFs are approved, which ones get approved, that's the key. When. If you're Liverpool and you score in the first minute of a match, you have to hold on for the next 89 minutes. If you score in the last minute, you don't have a lot of time for the other team to respond. That's where we are with these ETFs. We either score in the first minute or we score in the last minute, okay? Scoring at the beginning of the second half doesn't help anybody because you're clinging on. And I think that's what could happen this year with Solana. Maybe we go to $400 or $500 tops for Solana. It all depends on the timing. Just like a good comedian has to deliver the punchline at the right time. So Solana could bring in 2.7 and 5.2. XRP could bring in between 4.3 and 6.4. The ETFs, remember, Gensler is gone in 5 days' time. Bye-bye, Gary. 5 days. He is gone. If the new guy comes in and says, it's game on, we're going to look at every ETF application. We know which ones we're going to approve. They're going live in March or April, okay? Then the entire market is going to explode, okay? And I can't sit here and be Mr. Sad and Mr. Depressed and Mr. Calm when ETFs are popping off left, right, and center. And don't get me wrong, we can go into next year and have too many ETFs and it will have less and less impact. But I think having 3 or 4 approved this year, at the beginning of this year, is going to really pump the market. So Solana, again, here are the applications. Solana, XRP, HBAR, Litecoin, they're the ones we've mentioned. Don't forget Cardano. Cardano hasn't been applied for. That's bound to have an ETF. And if you've been following us closely, you will know that Crow is going to file, or somebody is going to file for a Crow ETF. That will give us, again, bullish momentum on Crow. And all of my price targets for Crow, again, are going to go out the window. Now, we're going to look at the XRP chart in a minute. Good morning, Kishan. Tariq is not a good boy. Well, you know what, Tariq? It doesn't matter, does it, if you're not a good boy? I'm not going to think any worse of you. XRP has one of the most bullish setups in crypto as token price outperforms. Again, you can look at the chart on XRP, but you also have to look at the company and what's going on. And we've talked about it 4 or 5 times now. We don't want to keep talking about it. Brad, the Orange Man, Charles are all going to be involved in Crypto 24. That's what I've coined it. 24 industry experts coming together to form crypto policy. XRP is at the table along with Cardano. That's why they're both doing so well. But the XRP token is going to pump. The cases have all been dropped. They are in the bin. XRP at the time of writing is 257. We're going to look at the price now. I think it's 288 or 285, something like that. Brandt, who I don't think we've had, Peter Brandt, we've not mentioned him on this channel in ages. He said that a bull flag formation should soon be completed for XRP, which could surge it to a $500 billion market cap. Now, the flippening, we're going to look at that in a second. The flippening was always Ethereum flipping Bitcoin. I never thought that was going to happen. But I tell you what, XRP flipping Ethereum, stranger things have happened. People have talked about Solana flipping Ethereum. I think that's too far back. But if XRP goes on a run and Ethereum corrects a little bit to the downside, I'm not saying it will happen, but it's got more chance of happening than Ethereum flipping Bitcoin. So he warned if the pattern isn't completed within 6 weeks, it should be viewed with great suspicion. XRP has been benefiting from Donald Trump winning the US election. He has got a pro-crypto stance. We are going to get the spot ETF. They've already filed, Brad Garlinghouse. It's inevitable, and I think it is. It's inevitable. Didn't somebody, one of the Marvel characters, say that? Or was it the bad guy? I can't remember which. I'm not a Marvel fan at all. Good morning, Danny. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Remember, everybody, smash the like button. Say hello in chat. We don't bite. Now then. Price discovery is something that hasn't really happened an awful lot in the charts on any crypto outside of maybe 3 or 4. Bitcoin has had it this year, clearly. Ethereum hasn't really come close. Solana wicked up to its previous all-time high. XRP is, as you would say, blowing the doors off. Blowing the back doors off. Look at where we got to. Oops. Let's try clicking on the right one. That's where we were. That's where everybody was hanging on to. And now we are all the way up at 282. So where are we going to go? I think I drew a line. There we go. At $4. That's my next target for XRP. I imagine I have based that on a market cap. I've drawn that line probably last year, and that would have been my target for probably the beginning of this year, because I think we can go to $5 to $7. Now again, price discovery. You tell me where you think it's going to go. It can keep going in that direction. We don't know. Okay, it's all well and good you sitting here listening to people that are going to tell you where these coins are going to go. Let me get it on the screen again. All I'll tell you is that I think $5 to $7 is a good price to sell when you were buying it at 30 cents. So we started streaming probably here. And then on another one of the platforms we're on now, we started streaming here. And ever since those two dates, we have been talking about XRP. Now, another thing to put in here is I created a $15,000 portfolio, and I created it there. And XRP was put into that portfolio there. All three of those prices were roughly the same, 30 to 35 cents. We're now at $2.82. So let's say we do go to $3 or go to $3.10 or $3.20. I will have 10x'd my XRP portfolio in 2 years. That's not a bad return. Now, had I put, I don't know, let's say I'd put $1,000 in, that'd now be worth $10,000. However, for this entire period down here, You had people in chat telling me that it was going to go down. It wasn't a good investment. It was a terrible thing to buy. And I was telling you the same thing I'll tell you now. CBDCs are coming and XRP is going to be part of it. They've launched a stable coin. It's going to appear on Solana and Cardano and Ethereum. Stable coins generate a lot of revenue. They have a ledger with smart contracts now. They have their own protocol for the banking system. All the time they were being sued by the SEC, they were working in South America and in Europe and everywhere else, knowing that they were probably going to IPO and knowing that the day would come where they would win. And that day came and they won. What nobody expected was Trump to become so pro-crypto and bring in XRP, Brad Garlinghouse and XRP and Ripple into the fold. Nobody expected that. And that does cover a lot of this pump, but not all of it. The same with ADA. A lot of that pump in ADA is down to him being with Trump and Musk and stuff like that, but it's not all of it. So you then need to set your targets for taking profits on XRP, because it could very well get to the inauguration, correct to the downside. Maybe it comes all the way down to $2, $2.20, something like that, which isn't a long way down, but it's still a correction. And then maybe we have a summer lull, and then maybe it rips up. But if you get to $3 or $4, you should be thinking about taking some profits on anything. And that's my humble opinion. Good morning, Mike. Glad you recovered. Looking good. Thank you, Mary. Nice to have you back in the stream. Sold XRP yesterday and bought the X81 for pre-sale. We don't really talk about pre-sales too much, but thank you for popping in anyway. Pre-sales are great for projects which are solid, but they have been tainted by many scams where tokens don't launch, they get rugged. The founders hold the tokens and then slowly rug, and pre-sales aren't good for things like that. That's why we don't talk about too many pre-sales. We do cover pre-sales on here, but not too many. Right, we're going to move on. We are going to move on. 11:27. I'm not sure. Yeah, we've got plenty of time. Right then. So, Donald Trump's milkshake. Let's talk about that, shall we? One of the things that we talked about last year with Biden was people leaving America. We talked about AI16Z going to open an office in the UK in London. We talked about another exchange, which I'm not going to mention the name of. They opened an office in London. We talked about the negative crypto stance by the Biden administration, and it was forcing companies to leave. Trump wants tax, and he wants the tax dollars of crypto because he doesn't care about crypto. He doesn't care about your bags. He cares about the American economy. Now, you know that, and I know that, and that's all that matters, okay? Because if you back Donald Trump and you know he's backing crypto, you're not going to lose. He is a serial winner, whatever anybody says about him. He even took out his own dad to get where he wanted to go, okay? When I say took out, I don't mean he got rid of him. I mean he usurped him. He took over New York City. So this would not have happened a year ago, okay? We had the founder being arrested in Paris, did we not? We had the CIA trying to get backdoors into Telegram. We had all sorts going on. The reason that TON exists is because Telegram wasn't allowed to launch a token because it was called a security. That's the only reason we have TON. It's going to open an office in America because the other thing that Trump is, he's protectionist. So if you want to have a crypto token, as has been alluded, and that token is based in America, then he's going to offer tax incentives to you as a holder and to these companies. Brilliant news if you know it's going to happen. And that's why you listen to us, because we read everything. The theory is, if you're a US-based crypto project, you are going to get a lower tax threshold than if you invest in tokens that are not based in America. That is the rumor doing the rounds. Okay, now whether that's true or not, who knows? TON is going to open in the US. The Open Network, which is TON, plans to extend its operation into the US. More than likely, I would imagine Texas. That's where everybody's going. The move is inspired by Trump's friendly regulatory policies. It shared details in a blog post. New appointments have appointed Manuel Stotz as president to spearhead the entry into the market. President Trump's win, a huge investor in digital space, we don't need to talk about that. It will promote a favourable digital assets regulatory policies again. We talked about this last year and we were saying, why can the UK create a favourable framework for crypto, which is more than likely going to be adopted by Europe and Asia? Why can the UK do it and America, supposedly the greatest superpower on earth, why can't they do it, and why are they suing everybody? Well, all of that is a thing of the past, and America is now going to be taking a front foot approach, center stage. He wants to create the America as a digital hub. He's going to support investment. Again, it's all bullish news, and it's bullish news for everybody, not just TON. Now, I looked at the TON chart last night, and it's quite an interesting chart. And when I say interesting, I don't think it's bullish, and I don't think it's bearish. It just is. I drew a few lines, but I think it's in a bit of limbo, if I'm going to be honest. So this is the TON chart, which obviously, admittedly, doesn't go back too far before August. But if we look at what's happened, and we look at the lows down here, I think it went as low as like $4. Come up here, we've gone as high as $6.90. It's just ranging over a very long period of time. There's no real setup. It is below the bull market support band, but not massively. The news of America is going to help it greatly as we go into the bull run. The news coming out of their offices being opened in wherever, Texas or San Francisco, wherever it ends up being, that'll be bullish news. But it's just in limbo. And there is, where we are now is support. And it was resistance. We talk about this bit all the time. So again, it can move up. But I mean, if you gave me the choice of should you buy XRP today or should you buy TON today, or Cardano, TON would be third. I would be buying XRP and Cardano because they are literally sitting to the left and the right of Donald Trump. I wouldn't be buying TON coin. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to be a solid investment in the bull run. It just means that the hype is with ADA and with XRP. The eyes are on those two tokens. And when you have eyes on something, imagine when retail come back. Retail comes back in eight or 9 months' time. And they've seen Charles Hoskinson and his beautiful beard, and they've seen Brad and his beautiful suit on the news every week, talking up XRP, talking up Cardano. What do you think they're going to buy? Do you think they're going to buy TON coin, or do you think they're going to buy XRP and Cardano? Exactly. That's the same with meme coins. I said it the other day. If a meme coin is listed on all major exchanges, and this Robinhood, which I've never used, and the likes of Revolut, if it's listed on all of those apps, what do you think people are going to buy? Do you think people are going to download a DeFi app, send funds to Phantom, go to Jupiter, search through a list of meme coins with a $100 million market cap and go, you know what? I'm going to buy fish with hat. No, of course not. They're going to buy the coins that they can get access to because they're going to panic and just buy everything. And I think TON can have a great bull run. But at this moment in time, there's nothing in the chart that tells me we're going to do anything. There's nothing. I mean, anyway, we're going to move on. It's great news for TON. Long term, bullish on Telegram. Of course I am. But at this moment in time, you've got to ask yourself, the bags that you packed in September, do you own the assets that you want to be selling in November? Did you pick up some bags of tokens along the way that have done really well that you should think about selling? That's why I'm alluding to the fact that if we do start to see a $4 or $5 XRP, maybe you take a little bit of profit off the table because you've done a 12x. Anyway, let's move on. Ondo. I love Ondo. It is a cracking coin. Okay, and do I hold any? Yes, I do. Why do I hold it? Because you have an association between Ondo and BlackRock and Biddled, or whatever it's called. But the price, I think we were saying anything below $1 is a bargain. I think we're at $1.25 now, something like that. I think $5 to $10 at the end of the bull run with the hype blow off top, I think is achievable. It's not got a massive market cap, but there is also, don't forget, there is an unlock coming on Ondo. Let's get rid of this advert so I can keep an eye on the stream. Perfect, there we go. So, Ondo's prices are struggling to post gains. The market outlook shows the token in a bearish wedge. That does not necessarily mean it's a bad project or a bad token. It means the price could come down a little bit, giving you an option to buy. The token has been in a steep 50% price correction since mid-December. Are we going to look at the Ondo chart? Yes, we are. Perfect. We'll look at the Ondo chart for you in a second. However, there's a glimmer of hope on the TD sequential signal on the 3-day chart that's issued a buy signal. This has been cheerfully welcomed by traders still battling the bearish pressure. As you would expect, the TD sequential is a popular piece of technical analysis used to reverse trends and find areas of exhaustion. Right. So the price, I don't remember it getting to $2. I remember it getting to about $1.80. I don't remember it hitting $2. The market data shows its challenges, aiming at 10 billion Ondo tokens, circulating supply of 1.3. Again, this is something I mentioned yesterday as well. You don't want to be holding your bags in December and January. Unless something absolutely incredible happens this year, you should be out and sold by January the 1st. Out and sold of everything. And then I said yesterday, there are tokens that I will buy back into in the bear market. And I mentioned Chainlink yesterday. I will not be buying Ondo after this bull run until the tokens have not fully circulated, but have more in circulation. There's a low circulating supply. The same with Dupe. Dupe only has, I think, 30% of its tokens or something like that in circulation, but they're going to burn 30% of the tokens. So Jupiter isn't quite in the same boat. But this is a hype token. This is a token that ticks a load of boxes. It's got real world assets. It makes money. It's a decent token, but you don't want to be holding this token, in my opinion, into the bear market, because this could very well go down to 10 cents. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter how you look at this token. It's not Bitcoin, and because it's not Bitcoin, it's going to lose potentially 70 to 90% of its value. And if that happens, then you're going to lose 90% of the value of what you've got now. Now then, there is a nice collection of, let's go to the daily, look at it a bit better, of higher highs. Now, everybody's talking bearishly about Ondo. Look where we are. I didn't draw this line, by the way. This line was on the chart from whenever it was. I don't know why we drew this line, but there we are. We've come back down to the bull market support band. Now, the bull market support band is going to do one of two things. It's going to break, and we're going to go below it and spend 3 months there, which means you can pick it up probably at 90 cents, or come as low as, maybe not that low, maybe as low as about 82 cents, right? But if we hold 90,000 on Bitcoin, if the CPI data coming in is not going to kill us today, then this is going to bounce. And a lot of coins are going to bounce along with it. Now, the first thing we need to do is get back above that level there, which is 145. That's a 20% move from where we are. But we don't know until this afternoon when the CPI data comes out what's going to happen. So again, CPI data, would I trade today? No, I wouldn't trade today. I wouldn't trade on the days where we have FOMC announcements. It's too volatile. Today, we could do this, or we could do that. It could absolutely wick to the moon, come crashing down, or it could just come crashing down and then recover later on. We don't know, but we're at support, and it's good support. And yes, apparently we did wick up to $2, which was when? Now, okay, see, I was out of action for the majority of December, so I wouldn't have seen any of this move, but we did indeed get to $2.15, solid. And that, I imagine, was that's our current all-time high, which is good. So we did break $2, very happy with that. But again, I'm not super negative on Ondo, I'm not super negative on TON, but the eyes are on XRP and the eyes are on Cardano at this moment in time. So if you want to pick up some Ondo, wait for it to go below $1, pick it up at 80 to 90 cents, and then ride it to the moon. Put in some buy orders at 83 cents if you want to get some Ondo. And if it never goes there, it doesn't matter, does it? That's the opportunity to buy. Now then, moving very quickly on. 115. Yeah, 115 for Ondo it was. I thought it was a bit higher than that. But again, solid project. But again, sell. Now then, I'm not a fan of meme coins, and the next two articles, I'm going to be really, really bearish on the things that I'm going to be talking about. Simply because I'm not a fan of, you know, when you buy stocks and shares and you buy into companies, you know, whether it be Rolls-Royce or Barclays or, you know, some of the banks or some of the manufacturing companies, you look at the profits that they make. Meme coins don't make a profit, and they're hype driven, and they have no foundation. They are built on sand. If it rains, they'll all get washed away. However, having said that, not all meme coins are created equally, and some are going to have fantastic bull runs, some are going to just disappear. Now, I found an article with the 7 best meme coins to buy now with a low market cap. I am probably not going to like 90% of them. And I haven't read this article because I didn't want to ruin the surprise of me being disgusted at some of the meme coins listed. Now then, we're going to get on, and we're not going to read the list out. We're going to go through them one by one, and I'm going to give you a yay or a nay, okay? Because that's what I like to do. And you know what I might start doing? I might start giving them ratings out of 10, because that's what loads of other people do. So again, it's very difficult to get rid of all these bleeding adverts. There we go. Okay. Right then. Oh, let's see where we are. Right. Meme index, don't touch it. It will be trash. Number 1. I'd give that a 1 out of 10. That was easy, wasn't it? Again, whenever you see these types of adverts, they tend to be trash tokens which have paid for a video to be made. Now, don't get me wrong, we have covered some dead ducks on this channel before. We've covered some meme coins that haven't done incredibly well. USA coin did wick up to about an $80 million market cap. It came back down. We've covered Ponk. I think we've covered a few coins which should have gone on a run but didn't. But we've also covered some meme coins that have gone on a good run. So, you know, you got to be careful. Dog with hat, I would give this a 9 out of 10. Okay, this is, I don't hold any, by the way. This is a solid top 10 meme coin, and I think it has, or it's still got a $3 to $5 billion market cap. So it's a solid token. If it's, well, you're on an exchange now watching this, most likely. This coin is listed on your exchange. If you don't have any meme coins and you want to get a meme coin bag, you get dog with hat. You don't get meme index. Okay, dog with hat, 9 out of 10. Wall Street Pepe, pre-sale, 0 out of 10. Don't go near it. Don't touch this. Okay, we've covered a couple of pre-sales on here in the past. I think it was Pepe Unleashed or something like that, which looked good. But what we try and do with pre-sales is we try and find ones that are free to claim. And they are difficult to find, but they do exist. So Wall Street Pepe, 0 out of 10. Okay? For anything that is a pre-sale, you avoid like the plague. That goes for anybody talking in our chat. That goes for anything you see on X. The way you should read pre-sale, you should replace the word sale with rug. It's a pre-rug project, which means you're buying the tokens before they've rugged it. Now, I'm going to be wrong on a couple of these, but I'm going to be right on 99 of them. And that's the important thing to bear in mind. The meme coins that we talk about and we suggest you buy on this channel are already on the exchange you're on now. And yes, you're not going to turn $5 into $15 million like one person did in the world last year, right? That's like getting FOMO about not winning the lottery every week. You've got a 1 in 50 million chance of winning the lottery. You've probably got a 1 in 50 million chance of turning $500 into $50 million, because the majority of these tokens are trash. Pre-sale, I should do an autocorrect with pre-rug. Okay, 0 out of 10. Next. Solaxi, I think I've heard of. But based on that website, 0 out of 10. Okay, because we've covered and looked at an Ethereum layer 2 meme project that is a click to earn. I can't remember what it was now. It was a click to earn project, so you could go and click it a few times and you get the tokens. So there was no purchase involved, which is why we did the video on it. This trash, don't go near it. 0 out of 10 again. And again, some random person that you do not know who it is, looking at the amount of money raised. When you see the word raised, replace that with the word fleeced. Okay, $9.2 million fleeced from unsuspecting investors. Okay, bonk, yes, 9.5 out of 10. It's listed on all the major exchanges. It's been around for 2 years now. Again, I got this wrong. I trashed it. I said it was garbage. And it was, and it didn't do anything for about 11 months. I said the same thing about Pepe. It didn't do anything for a very, very long time. And then it pumped into the billions. But bonk for me, if you're going to buy two tokens off this list, bonk and dog with hat. They're the two picks so far. Cat slap token. Again, I've heard of this, but it looks like a pre-sale. But it is a slap to earn game. So technically, you wouldn't lose out if you went and spent 15 minutes trying to farm this. So again, I'm not going to give this a 0 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10. I'd give this a 4 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10, because all you're losing is your time. And if we make videos about projects which are click to earn, where you lose half an hour because the token rugged, then you've lost half an hour of your time. You've not lost $50 or $100 of your hard-earned cash. So maybe a 5 out of 10 for this. Flockers. Never heard of it, but it's a vote to earn. Is this a pre-sale? Have you noticed that all of these websites all look the same? Now, what I would say, and I'm quite cynical, I would say that this article, written by, who wrote this article? Adrian Barclay wrote this article. What I would say is Adrian Barclay has been paid to insert 3 solid projects, or even 2 solid projects. Is that the last one we've got? Yeah. I would say that his job has been to write an article to promote 5 pre-sales and put bonk and dog with hat into this article to make them all look legitimate. Okay? Because there's a relevancy bias. So again, I said to you, if I say to you, right, go and buy these 3 meme coins, go and buy these 3 coins, sorry, go and buy Bitcoin, go and buy Solana, and go and buy Mike with hat, you're going to go, well, I've heard of Bitcoin and Solana, they sound great. Well, obviously Mike with hat's going to be a great token. I'll go and buy that one as well. That's association bias. I don't know what you want to call it, but let's call it association bias. So basically, trash, 9 out of 10. Trash, 9.5 out of 10. 6 out of 10, and trash. And I might even put this back down to trash. So 2 solid projects out of 7. Adrian, you must do better. And I know you're never going to hear this, you're never going to see this, but you've been paid for this article. And if you haven't, then this website has been paid for this article, and you need to do better, because you are costing people money. Because when some of these rug, you are not going to hold yourself responsible, because you are going to hide behind the term, do your own research. Well, I've done the research for them, and you're promoting trash. Now then, something else which is trash is Web3 gaming. Now, you've got to bear in mind, when I say trash, I do not mean every single Web3 game is trash. I do not mean that Star Atlas, Earth, Mother of the Sun, some of these really cool looking strategy games coming out, they're not trash. I appreciate that. They're not. But as a whole, the industry is garbage. If I said to you, or if somebody said to me, what do I think of the Turkish First Division Football League? I'd say it's garbage, okay? And the standard is very low. However, you have Galatasaray and you have Fenerbahce, and they are very, very good sides with well-known players. The French League, outside of Paris Saint-Germain, if you took Paris Saint-Germain out of the French League, it wouldn't be a very good league. You used to have Lyon. They used to have a very good side. You used to have a few other teams that were very good. Monaco used to have a good team. But apart from that, they're all crap. The Scottish Football League, you've got Rangers and Celtic and nobody else, right? Web3 gaming is the same thing. You have 500, 2,000, 10,000 projects, and you can count on one hand decent, solid projects, of which I love Star Atlas, I love Earth, Mother, Sun, Nyan Heroes as well, great projects, but the rest of it is crap, okay? And it's like going back to when I was 15 and playing on my Commodore Plus 4 and playing Treasure Island and playing Bubble Bobble and all of these games, okay? We seem to have gone back 35 years. How difficult is it to get decent graphics? How difficult is it to make decent games? What they tried to do was rush games out the door to take money off you. That's what they tried to do. Now, let's go through the article before I moan anymore. This is supposed to be a positive moment of light in your day. And getting identity right to get interoperability right in Web3 gaming, unified digital identity can enable true interoperability in Web3 gaming. What do we talk about on this channel? Adoption, regulation, interoperability. UK 2 has written, before I've read the article, a brilliant article. Okay, I'm on his side already. Or is it a man? I think it's a man. You never know these days. Delivering interoperability across blockchain gaming remains a white whale. It's great on paper, but frustratingly out of reach in practice. Ironically, despite promising to break down the walls built by traditional gaming, Web3 is recreating similar silos by locking assets, achievements, and identities within standalone platforms. Totally agree. As we move into and through the new year, which is full of reasons to be bullish about blockchain gaming, no, it is not. There is nothing bullish about blockchain gaming in 2025. Zero. Improving gameplay to invisible onboarding, we need to deliver the long-promised yet unfulfilled vision. Now, the identity challenge, this is what we agree with him on. There are, I believe, I can't remember if it's 12 or 19 wallets you need to be able to interact with the majority of blockchains in Web3. Think about that, okay? Imagine you needed 11 credit cards to go and do your weekly shopping. Imagine you needed Visa, MasterCard, BlackRock card, Barclays card, A card, B card, C card. I mean, you wouldn't shop, would you? You'd find a supermarket that accepted your Visa card and you'd go there and you'd stick to that supermarket, okay? You can't have 12 wallets. For the love of all that is holy, how difficult is it to make a wallet that people can use? MetaMask looks like the back end of a bus after it's been hit by a tank. Phantom looks beautiful, but it's only ever used by people on Solana. Even though it's got ETH and it's got Bitcoin, nobody uses it on their blockchain. Nobody promotes it on their blockchain. Then you've got Trust Wallet. Then you've got Naomi. Then you've got all these other wallets. I mean, come on. It's not difficult. And this is why it's not going to work. Again, it's like back in the day when you had your Skybox and you had your Sky Dish and you pressed a button to turn over to Sky Sports News and the dish moved like an inch to look at the new channel. And then you wanted to go and watch, I don't know, Jerry Springer, and it would go and it would move again, right? That's what crypto is doing to you. You're going to come along, look at crypto and walk away because it's crap, right? We all know the benefit that crypto will have in the world. We all know the benefits it will bring to gaming. We all know the benefits it will bring to finance. Yes, we know. But at the minute, the solutions are not up to scratch. And these identities, I agree with. I called them souls. Years ago, when I ran a company, we had different people. We had the same people on different parts of our platform, and they all had different IDs. But beneath them, we created something called a soul. And the soul goes around and follows them, even though they have a unique ID, okay? So you could be a pink rabbit on Solana. You could be a red dragon on Polygon. You could be a blue cat on Sui, right? And they are your personas, okay? That's what you identify as on that platform. But underneath you have a soul, and that could be your wallet. And that wallet holds your KYC, holds your assets, and it just seamlessly interacts. So when you need to pay $1 to buy a bone for your blue dog, it will send the dollar from your Solana-based wallet to Sui. And you don't care what goes on in the background, you want the dollar over there. Is that too much to ask? No. Now, Web3 gaming is crap because you need a master's in astrophysics to move your money between different blockchains. And the majority of you have got to send the money to the exchange you're on and then fire it out across a different blockchain. And that's why centralized exchanges are so good. But at the end of the day, it's crap. It doesn't work. Now then, they're talking about standards and protocols and interoperability, and this is the next push, okay? But this is not the case. We are not on the cusp of mainstream acceptance. What we are on the cusp of is the likes of Riot Games and the likes of Epic Games using blockchain in the background to create wallets and asset ownership. That's what we're on the cusp of. But the end user is probably not going to know that those assets are on the blockchain. The same way that your gran doesn't know how she's on Facebook, or your cousin Billy doesn't know how he's on Instagram or TikTok, if it still exists in a year's time. So that's the key to understand, is that using blockchain technology and having people aware that they're using blockchain technology and getting people to use blockchain technology are three separate things. And yes, it's great for crypto when Cardano is used for the American elections in 2028. That will be great for Cardano, but the people voting aren't going to know that they're on Cardano. XRP sending cross-border payments is fantastic because it will reduce the time that you have to send the money. It will reduce the cost, but you don't know you're using XRP. The man in the bank is not going to wave a piece of paper and say, do you know that you're going to use XRP to send this transaction? The same way that Epic and Riot aren't going to wave a piece of paper in the screen and say, do you know that you're on the Solana blockchain now? No, because it's going to scare people off. So interoperability and adoption doesn't mean visibility. It means that your assets, that your $20 that you've put into your Epic Game Store account that's being used on a Sui game and a Solana game and everything else like that, that's wonderful. The end user's not going to know. Now, in a nutshell, we are almost as far away from gaming adoption as we were 2 years ago. And the only reason we are closer now than we were is because Epic and Riot have decided that the blockchain-based assets is the future. PlayStation and Sony are doing the same thing. Microsoft is building a wallet into its browser. It will be on the Xbox Game Store. It will be in the Microsoft Game Store. It's all coming. But that's the point of the blockchain, is that we solve real-world problems. Not that we wave the Solana or the Ethereum flag from the top of our roofs, because that's not how it works. It works by being present and in front of them, like Star Atlas, that's got a built-in wallet where you can buy a starter pack for $15 off the Steam store. And that gives you a ship to play in the game. And that is all that gamers care about. They don't care about opening up a browser, downloading Phantom, storing a seed phrase, finding a way to send money into the wallet, and then going to a website to buy a pack. It's so complicated, where Steam, it already exists. So does Epic Games. Riot, when it brings out Grand Theft Auto 6 or Grand Theft Auto 16 or whichever iteration we're on now, they'll all do it in the background. That's what we want. That's how we win. That's how we get adoption, and that's how we get gaming. Anyway, I have absolutely gone on about gaming, but I am going to be doing another stream probably in about an hour and a half. And if you give me a minute, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be talking about. If I just bring it up first, I think it's called Solve, and I haven't done any background research on this. Just give me 1 second to find it. And I'm going to tell you which one we're going to do it on, because I think this is a good project. I think that's why I'm going to do it. Just let me check. It is. So we're going to be doing this, which I believe is Solana. No, it's not. Oh, is it called Solve? There we go. This is it. It's a Bitcoin project. So this is what we're going to be doing a 1 hour deep dive on later on. Probably, like I said, in about an hour, we're going to be doing this, or maybe an hour and a half, depending on how long it takes to set up. So if you don't have anything to do in an hour and a half and you want to find out about Bitcoin staking, mass adoption, all that kind of thing, come back to the channel. I'll put the links up very soon. I'll tweet out about it so you know it's there. But that's what I'm going to be doing in an hour. I put a video up as well about TGBP. TGBP was a stable coin that went bust, and I put a video up about that yesterday and about how that's been resolved. I also I've been sent something to look at by Tariq, which I'm going to make a video on, which is XOS, which is a layer 2. I'm going to make a video about that as well. But I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to outstay my welcome. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a great day. If I see you in an hour, I see you in an hour. If not, I will probably see you tomorrow. Take care. Mike out.